Testing. All right, let's go through these to-do list items. I'm only going to be streaming for like maybe 45 minutes or an hour, but I wanted to get through some to-do items. Oh, I think I was in the middle of refactoring. I want to make sure that I was like trying to remove some default stuff. What is this? Shotgun. So yeah, we're gonna go through like these various things and make sure that they are pointing to the right locations, because right now they are not. So we will go back over here. We'll go to the items, find the shotgun is here, 064. All right, let's see, make sure a zombie shows up. Zombies are not showing up, so I gotta fix that. What's up, J35? Doing pretty good. Finally got to finally got to streaming. Haha, gotta pull all the changes in right now. Oh, are you from the Discord? What stack am I using for the game? This is just a custom-made thing. So it's all TypeScript and WebSockets. Let's spawn that zombie again, make sure they work. Oh, the corpse is not there. So I have to figure out how, where's the dead zombie? Oh, dead frames. Okay, so let's go here. For some reason I put them over here, 144.0. I might just run around. So like I was kind of doing some refactoring on how the sprites and assets were loaded in, because it's kind of a mess. And some of them were pointing to an old style sheet. I wanted to make sure that those were like pointing to the 3 different style sheets I have. I have a style sheet for the characters, a style sheet for the items, and a style sheet for like the ground, including like the trees and the buildings and stuff. So I kind of refactor that, and it looks like it's all good. Oh, the flame didn't show up, so that's something I need to figure out. Let's see. So decal config. Open up this one. Looks like fire and flame. Those should be coming from. Are they items? Yeah, they might be items. Kind of silly. 0 and 80. What is fire? I don't know what this fire thing is. It's probably for like an effect, maybe. Oh, I think this might be like the projectile for the flamethrower, maybe. I don't know. I still can't see the zombie. Let me do a hard refresh. All right, fix that. Let's go over here. Flamethrower. Yeah, the flames are not being put on the ground, so I gotta figure that one out. Must be the flame projectile. Asset king is this. Client flame projectile render. This thing is using flame to draw that out. Do I have one called fire anywhere? Fire entity types. Fire client. Oh, is this like when a player catches on fire? Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so I have to go and back to decal config. Let me just copy this. Hold on. Asset key, fire, flame count, items. Let's see if it'll show up now. Did I break my server? Okay, this one used to be default 51, 256, 265. Category, type animated. Sheet items, 0. It should be the exact same as this. Why is this not working? Asset key, flame, flame. Oh, what's up, Crimson? The project is deployed in AWS view. No, it's I think it's on Hostinger actually. What's up, no nukes? I've never used AI for game-related code. Is AI good with game dev tasks? I mean, it seems like it's working pretty good. I mean, I'm not doing anything too complicated. When you debug locally, are you the only one player in the game? I am. Yep. All right. And this is why I'm trying to refactor the assets, because like sometimes I forget to update a place and like the images are wrong and they don't show up. And that's a sign that the code is just bad and needs to be refactored because it's making it too hard to like right now there's a fire right there, but it's not rendering properly. So now I got to figure out why is this thing not rendering. So I have to go to the client, go to the fire, and then I need to figure out why this thing is not showing the right image. So I'm going to throw in a debugger and try to figure out, okay, like what is going on here? So we have this .get type. It's called fire. It should have been loaded in the asset loader. And it should have been drawn. I should get the image here, image.source. I should be able to open this up. And it's literally, there's no flame here. Kind of hard to see. Can I zoom this in? So it's like loading the image from the wrong location. Image loader, get frame index, get type fire. Frame index is 1. So I'm going to put a debugger there and just rerun this real quick. I'm going to dive into this. Dive back in the frame index. Key with frame, fire 0. Get key with frame. Fire 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, it's probably loading in the wrong location or the wrong asset, is my assumption. So let's go to the asset manager and let's try to figure out where this stuff is messing up. Because I do believe this is like a decal config. You know, I might also have another fire somewhere. Decal environment. Yeah, I have 2 of these. That's the issue. I think if I just delete this actually and grab this start location, go back over here. Yo, cursor needs to get rid of this like diff thing. It's just really confusing. Just makes it so much harder. Let's find the debugger. Let's go to it, delete it. Go back to the app. I think it should be fixed now. Almost. It's loading in the wrong thing. This needs to be items. That's another thing I gotta figure out is like for some reason when I'm running this locally, like sometimes you just get like a blank black screen. I have no idea why. I've tried to fix this so many different times. All right, we got the fire now. So let's go to the flame thrower. That's another annoying issue. Let's go to do. When trying to type into the spawn item menu, I can't type because because certain characters such as A are used already. I might change the spawn menu so that I don't even have to type in. Like I could just have all the items kind of listed out so I can scroll through them. But it's kind of annoying to have to go through here and find. There we go. The whole reason I'm doing this refactoring is because I had like this default key somewhere and I actually want to get rid of it now. So I'm working on this devx task right here. So I'm going to go through here and just remove any where I see the word default. Except for the cursor, I don't want to get rid of that. So let's actually get rid of that. Asset sheet. Honestly, I'd rather it just be required. I'll just do that for right now. But yeah, this whole file just needs to be totally refactored. It's just a mess. All right, this is a bad fix. Let me actually fix this the right way. So I want the sheet to be required. Why is this all in one line? Like, this is crazy. Oh, here it is. Going to be required now. And then anywhere I'm defaulting this. Probably going to break everything. Ugh, you know what? This is just gonna become a nightmare. Stash all that real quick. I do want to test. If you guys can join the server, let's test if this actually works. Yeah, I've been doing better. Making this game has been a fun change. Does the project make use of an analytics or databases? Not right now. I do plan to add in like authentication so you can have like unlockables and achievements and stuff. What's up, Josh Manders? How's it going? Wasn't expecting to be on tonight. Was coming to research something and saw you were live. Well, welcome to the stream. All right, I haven't really tested this with other people yet. It's been a while, so I'm wondering if this is going to be laggy or not. Mine feels pretty smooth to play. Hmm. Okay, we got a decent amount of people here. I don't like how the throwing knives actually get stuck on trees. Sorry, Alex. Caught you on fire. For those of you who have ping like under 100, is the game playable? I'd be curious to know if like at what ping it's like basically impossible to play. But I got like 71, 60 ping. Maybe it's working pretty good. What happened to my... Oh, here it is. Alright, I'm collecting like a ton of wood so I can build a bunch of spikes in base. Oh, I can't build spikes. I need a knife. I need 50 gold for a pistol. Yo, throwing knives don't go over blockades. That's annoying. Let me put a to-do for that. $145 ping, I'm getting random rubber banding. Okay. Might have to still do some tweaking of how like the interpolation kind of works. Why can't I pick up the shotgun ammo? Interesting bug. So I bought some shotgun ammo. I'm not able to like pick it up. Buying shotgun ammo from merchant and I can't use it. It's probably using like a wrong type of... By the way, if you guys find bugs when you're playing, just like type them in the chat so I can make a whole to-do list of various bugs. Oh dang, these things got stuck on the wall again. That's another issue. It's like these the small zombies keep getting stuck on walls. Small zombies keep getting stuck pathfinding. Like one of the biggest issues I gotta figure out how to fix. Oh, sorry, Alex. Yeah, there's a huge amount of zombies coming from above. And there's zombies just randomly spawning. Oh, I think that's the boss who does that. Let me... Boss zombie is spawning zombies in trees. Oh, shoot. Some of these weapons are way too expensive. Dang, what happened? Did the game crash? Yeah, I think the game crashed. All right, let me check out the server logs before I forget them. New error. Unknown entity type arrow. What the heck? So I'll just put a bug here. The server randomly crashed with the following. Cool. Well, thank you for the playthrough, y'all. I think I got some good debugging information. I would like to sell the weapons to buy ammo. Key shortcuts to switch to previous weapon queue. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me put that. I'm going to copy that one. So UX could be, yeah, let's just do that. Ability to sell weapons to merchant. I do have that on the list, I believe. I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm trying to figure out like the UX for that without having to add a whole complicated like you know, I could actually have like a sell. Like, so I have all these items. I could just list your whole inventory up here if you wanted to sell them. Might be kind of confusing. I could click drag items. So if you click and drag a knife into the merchant, maybe that could sell it. Or honestly, just going up to the merchant and pressing like T for trade or sell or something, and that could just give you some money for whatever item you're holding. I feel like the merchant, like buying stuff is pretty streamlined at this point, and I'd hate to like make it more complicated. Oh yeah, some of these things are way too expensive. Some items are way too expensive. Like you cannot buy anything because Making a predictive mode would be insanely hard for this game. I assume it may tank performance. What's a predictive mode? How you scroll so fast? What do you mean? Control click the item to sell? Yeah, that's a good idea. You mean control click like the item in your inventory? Yeah, that might be a good, it might be hard for a user to know that that's even a thing. Like, I'm hoping that they can kind of figure out how to play without, like, maybe even clicking, dragging the item to him. No, that's kind of annoying. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. There's different options. It's just like if it was a control click on your inventory items. Or I could just put like a little money icon up here. If you do have it in your inventory that says like sell. Maybe that's what I should do. So for example, I have a pistol. You go down here. Where's the pistol? Oh, here it is. You have like a sell icon above it. Or maybe even have a separate section that you scroll to. I really don't know. This is not an easy game to play on the laptop. I'm playing on my laptop right now. I'm using a trackpad. But yeah, I guess it could be a little bit harder without a mouse. Is there any BF deals for Learn React by Solving 20? Oh, BF, Black Friday. If you join my Discord and send me a message, I can give you a discount code. I think we should add a vote option to force start the next round. Why is that? I'm around 60, 70. It's good. Can you make it so where we scroll our mouse to switch hotbar slots? Yeah, I could add that. I'm not playing with a mouse, so I kind of like don't even think about that, but I think that's been requested by 2 other people, so I need to add it in. When did we set the boss fight to come in? It should be wave 3. It's multiple waves, so like if I go to the game master file, I believe it's set here. No? Map manager. This is another thing I gotta figure out, like spawn boss. Where the spawn boss if needed, and this comes from, oh, it's a config file. Wave config. 3, 5, and 10 is when your boss comes in. And that's defining wave config. Instead of the game being permanently in lockstep, every second or so the server sends the info needed to predict the next second of actions and resync stuff so that it doesn't match and let the most calculations happen on the client in the meantime. Yeah, I think at this point it might be very hard to like add that all in. What about buy and sell buttons? So like you'd have to first click on your item. Yeah, maybe if you have the merchant open. I could have buy and sell buttons like I could just have like whatever you're selected here, I could have a sell. Or just a sell selected item. I just need to shrink the size of this, like make it more dynamic because right now it's like literally not scaling. That's another issue I should bring in. Scale the merchant menu on smaller screens. But yeah, I think I could just have a button up here that says like sell selected, and then it tells you how much it's worth. And then you can just select whatever item you want to sell and then click on sell selected. I think that might be the best approach forward for now. Like it's obvious, it's there, a user can see it. It says, yeah, I think I might do that. This is a USE server. Not gonna lie, this game has come far. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I've been cooking on it. By me, I mean the LLM I've been chatting with has been cooking on it. "2026 Game of the Year." Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Posted one in the chat. Got to fix pathing. When hotbar is full, holding E on item just goes infinitely. Oh, like, oh yeah. So if you're trying to pick up an interactable thing, hold on. When hotbar is full, I'll just say inventory is full, and you are trying to interact with a progress interactable, the radial progress bar infinitely just loops. Instead give feedback to the user that their inventory is full. That'll be another UX thing I got to figure out. Like, okay, let's say your inventory bar is full. How do we let a user know that they can't pick up the item because it's full? Probably playing a sound, well, assuming that they have their sound on, right? Like right now my inventory is full. If I hold this, it just keeps doing this forever. I could instead, when you're holding E, put like an icon above your head that says like not enough space, or just even text that says inventory full. Or just make it red. I can make the interactive text red and then put, I could literally put inventory full above it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay. Or just a sell tab on the merchant menu that pulls your items. Make it the item flip on the ground like most RPG. Make the item flip on the ground like most RPGs do. That's another option. Yeah, it's a good little Diablo type of approach. I might prototype both. Make item flip. The flipping might be a little bit more challenging because I'd have to like add in some type of animation, probably make some like cubic spline or something so it looks like it's flipping. But yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. My only bug report is virtually unplayable without a mouse. Josh, you just got to get better, okay? I'm trackpadding right now. It's fine. Honestly, I don't know how you'd make this better without a mouse. So cool to play live with you. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been fun. These streams are good because I can get people into the actual server together and not only do like performance benchmarks, I could just see how people are interacting with the items in the game, and like I can tweak it. And then you guys give me a ton of feedback, which I just like. If you look at this to-do list, it's huge. So if you guys do want to contribute to a game with me, feel free to. I don't care if you're using LLMs to generate most of these. There's like 2 other people who've been contributing to this game on my Discord, and I definitely appreciate the help. But literally any of these to-dos, you can just message me on Discord and be like, hey, I really want to try to figure out a solution for like the inventory full approach. Come in here, clone the project, get it running, try to figure out something, make a pull request. I'll probably merge it, honestly, as long as it's not going to make the game less performant. How are you able to play on your trackpad? I either can't look around, or I can't move, or I can't interact. I only have 2 hands. Also, no, I'm left-handed, so don't use WSA to move, but arrow keys. Oh, maybe that's it. I forgot you can even move with the arrow keys. Is the entire map accessible from the beginning, or do you have to do something to unlock more areas in the map? Right now, it's just fully accessible. We want to add in objectives. Like that's been kind of something we've been talking about. I think one of the main objectives could be there's gas cans spread out on the map, and you need to go and get the gas cans so that you can fill up your car, so you can drive away to the next level. And then we could have multiple levels with increasing difficulty, maybe like different types of maps, like tile sheets. And then as you get further, like you basically, the idea is you're going to have like unlockables and achievements and experience. And so as you get to like further levels, you'll hit like a leaderboard, and we can kind of track that stuff. Oh, this, I don't know if you guys see this little animation I added in recently. I'm trying to give it like a, you know, like there's ashes falling in the game kind of vibe. I feel like the game was just too static, so I had to like add something in. I want to also maybe think about adding like animations to these trees, like they could blow in the wind, but I think that might kill the performance. I actually have a sprite sheet of this guy's like cigarette smoking, so I could probably animate that too. But my quote unquote engine is very bad. Tell Claude to code review the PR. Yeah, pretty much. Put a tab switch at the bottom of buy and default. Right is sell. Just show their items. Yeah, I think this one also said that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Where's that? Sell items. On the merchant buy or merchant panel, add a buy/sell tab. Buy is default. When they click sell, show every item in their inventory and allow them to click it to sell it for X amount of money. Okay. Thanks for the suggestions, y'all. Def need a force next round vote button. Oh, you mean force next round. Force next round button. Is that because you feel like there's no point to exploring at some point? I mean, I feel like there's like so many items you can go out and try to like get in between the waves. But I guess if you got what you want, you go back to base and there's still like 30 seconds left. You can just like fast past it, I guess. One thing I do is set the sell price for like 10% less than the buy price because you're selling a used item and buying. Yeah, I could do that. Sell for 10% less. Yeah, most games kind of do that type of approach. Rounds take a lot long. We do a lot of standing around. Okay. Well, I'd honestly say that's probably an issue with the actual mechanics of the game. Like the gameplay, maybe we need to make every round 1 minute instead of 1 minute 30 seconds. So it's a little bit more fast pace. I think vote to skip is something we could try experimenting with, but I think also just tweaking how long the waves are could make it a little bit more interesting. Because I had it set to 1 minute at some point, but then like I feel like you have so little time to go explore. But maybe that's what makes it kind of fun. You go off, you grab some resources real quick, and then you try to get back to base. Yeah, I mean, that's what the to-do list is for, you know? These are things that I mean, some of these are ideas. If it's like a DevX task or like a UX thing, like boss zombie is spawning zombies in trees. Like, yeah, I mean, you can grab this and try to fix it. Small zombies keep getting stuck on pathfinding. These two are like super important. Actually, this one is the most important. The small zombies getting stuck on trees is just, if someone wants to fix that one. I tried to add some type of like physics repulsions to the zombies. So if you get too many zombies close together, it actually like pushes them away. so they don't get all stuck on each other, and that's helped somewhat. But the small zombies, for some reason, are the one zombies that keep getting stuck around corners. Like, they'll basically be stuck trying to get around these trees for some reason, and I don't know why. Would you advise to build up most of the base of a new project and then build out more and more with AI so that AI has a lot of context? How do you start a new project? If it's like a web development project, I would start with a starter kit that has like an ORM already set up. It has authentication set up. It has a couple of pages. Maybe it has Stripe already set up. There's tons of starter kits out there. I would start with that and then use the LLM to basically add on features and refactor it to be more of what you would need. I think the thing that the LLM does the worst at is like pulling in new libraries and making sure all the code's up to date. So yeah, if you're using Next.js with Drizzle or TanStack, start with Drizzle, or with Convex, like go and find a starter kit that has that stuff ready to go so you're not wasting your time trying to do all that stuff. Is your game using ECS? If not, do you consider implementing ECS? It's using some type of component system. I'm calling them extensions. So like all these entities, for example, one of them is like an illuminated extension. And so if I want to make the cloth on the ground be illuminated, or the zombies be illuminated, I can just do this. Let's go to the zombie on the server. Actually, let's go to base enemy. Let's go to base enemy, and then I'm going to say this.add extension, new illuminated, and then we'll make them glow a little bit. So now when the server restarts, I do have to like hard refresh my server. I think it's Vite dev mode that's really messing this up. So you see the zombies are now illuminated, right? So every zombie that's on the map will be kind of glowing. So it's kind of a component system. Migrate the Pixie soon. What would Pixie actually provide us? Is that just the rendering pipeline for the game? I was trying to avoid all third-party libraries, honestly. I'm just like doing it myself just for fun. A little button on the top right of the card to sell would be intuitive as well, like a $sign icon. I don't know. I don't play many games, but it's how. But I like how this has evolved. Yeah, it's a good idea. Does the server tear down the game session if all players leave? LOL, the thought of zombies running around an empty map is funny. I mean, I think if everyone leaves, the game just stops updating. There's no more update ticks. But the server's still like running there on my VPS, waiting for a new person to connect. And then it has logic so that if there was no players and then one more just joined the game, so you went from 0 to 1, it kicks off a new game, which deletes all the entities and it restarts the whole map, basically. I use a convex starter. Yeah. I see that's a very good approach. I feel like ECS plus event bus is the way to go on complex simulations, or side effects in games just feel way smoother to add or remove things. Yeah, the one thing I've kind of figured out along the way building this game is that if anything feels like a lot of extra work or pain to add in or change, it's probably a good sign that like you have a bad code smell or a bad code design. So like right now, adding assets to the game is something I still want to try to refactor. It's really easy to add in new items and new zombies and stuff. Like I can literally one prompt new weapons and items, like that's no issue, to make them craftable. I want to make it more data driven. Right now, a lot of stuff is you got to build like a class for it, and that class has to exist on the front end and the back end. And I think maybe an ECS system would help with that, so I don't have to make a whole brand new like ES6 class to define the new entity. It'll be a lot less files and code I have to write, but I just haven't gotten around to actually doing it. You want to test Gemini 3? I'm actually going to end the stream pretty soon. I only wanted to do an hour. But I have been doing Gemini 3. I think it's pretty good. I think it's on par with like Codex. Like sometimes I'll kick off a Gemini 3 prompt for like a harder to solve bug. It's just kind of slow. So Composer 1 is still my go-to. I'll just kick off stuff in Composer 1, especially refactoring tasks. And even at work, I've been using Composer 1 like to refactor a bunch of Terraform code. It just runs through everything. Super fast. Maybe introducing a curve would fix the issue. Make rounds longer in the beginning but shorter as the game progresses. Yeah, that's probably a good idea too. I'm trying hard not to pivot too much from like the wave-based system, but I also don't want the game to be boring. Like, is the main goal just like to survive as long as you can? It might be boring after like doing it for 10 or 20 waves, you know, unless I have more bosses. I think adding in different bosses that get more challenging as time goes on would really help it feel more progressive. We only have one boss enemy right now, but if we could add in some more, I think it would just be really cool. So like wave 5 could be a boss that like charges you. Wave 8 could be like a flying boss that's super fast and just flies around hitting people. Yeah, it probably would make my stuff easier. The Mutalist boss. There you go. That's actually a cool idea. They could shoot something that bounces around players, or even bounces around like your walls. So like, there's just a lot of things we can make, you know. So if you guys want to contribute, if you guys have a good idea for a boss, and you want to try to just like add one in or vibe code one in, I don't really care, as long as it doesn't pull down the performance of the game server or the client. I'm happy with whatever. You'll see here I have like performance metrics. Basically, don't let the render ever go like above what it is now. I worked pretty hard trying to get this all as low as possible so that the FPS is high on even bad machines. Like I can even kick my performance down to 6 times slower. And I think I'm hitting like still playable levels. I'm like 46 FPS. It's still a little bit jittery. Not the best, but like before, like people couldn't even play the game. Can I do 20 slowdown, or is it just not even? Yikes. Yeah, 20 slowdown's too much. I mean, you must have seen me stream before. I was trying to make like a StarCraft app at some point. I definitely like StarCraft is my favorite favorite RTS for sure. StarCraft 2, I even have it installed on my computer right now. I was playing that a little bit like 2 months ago. I was playing again. But the point is, for fun though, creating things from scratch and such is what I'm getting from the game code. Yeah, I mean, like I find that the cool thing about the LLMs, I like coding with LLMs, I'll be honest, is that when you start pulling in third-party libraries like Pixie.js, until you have enough code in your code base that it can kind of like infer what you want to do, it just sometimes it just doesn't do well. But yeah, I mean, like most of the stuff that was added, literally a couple prompts, like all these menus, just like a couple prompts to get these going. This one, I think I leveraged a lot of Gemini and Codex to get this kind of going. But a lot of these menus are like in-game. So if you look through the code for the merchant menu, it's just like a nightmare. Like I would not want to write that stuff by hand. I would rather have HTML or CSS to be able to do that. Perhaps you could implement more natural events such as weather. That might be pretty cool. Like a thunderstorm. Some type of like lava, like, you know, like certain areas of the map could crack open and lava starts coming out. Is your game loaded in a single chunk, or do you use some kind of chunk split strategy? What do you mean, chunk? I do like spatial grid. So like, although there's like thousands of entities in this game right now, the render loop is only caring about the ones that are like near the player. So like, there's probably a ton of trees and all this stuff over here, but the client doesn't care about them. The server doesn't really care about them. And there's also, in the server code itself, I calculate a distance from the players, I believe. And like, if no player is over here, then none of these items update. Like they update maybe once every second, but the closer that the item is to players, they will actually update a lot faster. And that kind of shaved down the compute time of the server, because I mean the map's pretty big and players are typically at the center, so why would you need to update all these other things, you know? I don't remember what that logic is. Proximity-based updates. Yeah, I forget what it's called. Go do a Christmas theme event that toggles during winter. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I had that idea because we even have we could add some like snow on the trees and snow on the ground too. And we can change the ash to be snow. For chunk, I mean a area of your tile map around the player that is simulated or updated. Yeah, I think I do something like that. Honestly, I have to go look through the code. It's called like a update scheduler. Update the tier from the entity. Always update. So there's certain things that always update. So if you're a player or projectile, like these things always update. And depending on how far you are away from, I believe it's from a player, should update. I forget how it gets added to a tier though. Should always update. Calculate tier. If no players, distance to nearest player. Okay, yeah, that's how it works. So like, is this called every time though? Every 10 frames. Okay, so what this does is basically every 10 game ticks, it's going to rerun through the entities, I believe, and then check their distance from players. And based on the distance, it'll kind of like promote them. So if a player starts getting closer to a certain part of the map, all the zombies in the area and all of the traps that are on the ground, because those have like update logics to check if zombies ran on top of them, or the landmines, etc., they get upgraded to a faster tier of like updating, as you can see here. And that's kind of how that works. Again, it's just like a way to kind of not have to update stuff that's super far away from players. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to contribute, you can join my Discord. Anyone can contribute. Like, I want this to be fun. I want this to be a learning experience, even if you're not really experienced, but you have like some extra credits on Cursor or Claude Code. I don't care how you add in the features that you might want, but you are welcome to kind of join the group. And it's cool because, I mean, like, when you start seeing me streaming and you'll see your item that you added and people using it, it's pretty cool. Because I know there's like the boss that Crimson added. There's a boss character. I think I showed you that. Boss zombie. This one basically walks around and it spawns other zombies every like 3 seconds or something. And it has a bunch of health, so it's like pretty hard to kill. So I'm assuming that's pretty cool when Crimson sees that zombie kind of pop up. And he's done some other things in the game as well. I don't remember what you've worked on, but I know you've worked on some other stuff. What have you worked on? And there's another person in the Discord who's trying to work on some other things as well. Yeah. Go ahead and end the stream. But thank you guys for joining. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream and looking forward to you guys contributing in some way. Maybe I'll make a video as well and ask for more help if anyone wants to help out. Someone mentioned I should do that, make a video to kind of like ask for contributors. Oh yeah, you worked on the game shaking. Okay, so like, yeah, when you fire the pistol or the shotgun, here's the cool one. Let me load up the shotgun real quick. Shotgun. This one, I love the feedback for this. I'm so glad you had this idea. So like certain weapons, you shoot the shotgun and you kind of, it has you blow back, so it like shoots you back. There's also the grenade. I think the grenade, when it blows up, it shakes your screen too. Yeah. It's like the little stuff like that, I think that makes the game like that much better. So I appreciate you contributing and adding that feature in. I think it's super cool. Yeah, I think the main goal is like if we can make this game fun to play with like a couple of your friends, like 3 to 4 players, or even playing by yourself and see how many waves you can get through. I think that's kind of the goal. I know we talked about the whole objectives thing. I'm still on the fence about doing that. I feel like it's going to be a lot of work. And I think we can make this game fun if we can just add in more bosses and more zombie types and more progression as the waves come in like, you know, random events and stuff. And just make it like the goal of like a roguelike of like how far can we get. Yeah, that's about it. All right, anyway, thanks to you guys. Thank you all for joining. Go ahead and end the stream. Have a good day. Happy coding. Oh, the text stacking. Yeah. One last thing I'll point out that Crimson added. So like, if there's a bunch of items really close together, he added some logic to basically recompute how they stack, because these used to like stack on top of each other. Like you couldn't read wooden pistol, they'd be on one line. He added some logic to basically change the Y of them if they are like on the same plane. So that's been kind of good too.